I've been on the road for a week and I came home to this sweet CBCS delivery. So let's do an unboxing of 6 PC books from CBCS. Let's go. All right, everybody, I've been gone for a week, and as luck would have it, the day I was leaving home, CBCS shipped out my most recent submission. It's 6 books from my personal collection I submitted at OAFCon back the first week in October, and naturally, this time, there was no delay in shipping. FedEx got them out and delivered within 2 days. Unfortunately, I wasn't going to be home for 6 more days. Fast forward to now, I'm home. I'm finally getting my hands on these books. Spoiler alert, I already know the grades because I'm not a patient person, so I'm not going to try and shield these or guess what the grades are. I already know. You guys have seen these books before because these are all books that were in my top 50 books in my collection video. And as some of the comments in that video read, it's like, why don't you have these books slabbed? And it's time and money, honestly, and I came into a little bit of both, so I decided why not pick a few and submit them while I was at OAFCon this year, and now they're back. We've got a little bit of something of everything in this box. So if you're a Marvel guy, there's a lot for you. There's even a DC book in here. We've got Silver Age keys, Bronze Age keys, and we even have a classic Golden Age book in here. So let's dive in and take a look at these books. All right, guys, I got everything unpacked now, so you won't have to listen to me fight the bubble wrap and packing tape that these things were packaged with. And our first book, let's dive right in. We've got Amazing Spider-Man number 3. This is a 3.0 with creamed off-white pages. Everybody knows this book. It's super hot right now. This is the first appearance of Dr. Otto Octavius, better known as Doc Ock. This is a copy I've had in my personal collection for several years now. It's honestly, it came back a little higher than I expected it to. A 3.0 is great, so I'm really happy with that. This book is on fire right now with No Way Home getting ready to come out in the next month or so. Doc Ock, of course, is going to have a leading role in that, so ASM 3 has really been on a tear lately, so that is some good news as far as I'm concerned. Next in the pile here, this book really surprised me. This is my original copy of Giant Size X-Men number 1. It came back a 7.5 with white pages. This book was pressed and cleaned, and they did a pretty nice job on it. A 7.5 is definitely higher than what I thought I was going to get. I do see a little bit of things that should have been cleaned that don't look like they were. So this one probably could have been a little bit better. I don't know if it would have affected the grade. But, of course, this book's been super hot lately with the expectation that the X-Men are going to hit the MCU sometime soon. So a 7.5 is by far the nicest copy of this book I've ever had. Slabbed anyway, so can't go wrong with that. Our next contestant is a book that really surprised me. This one I did not have pressed and cleaned just because it has a spine split and it has a detached centerfold, and this is Detective Comics 71. This is a classic Joker cover. It has off-white pages and came in at a 3.0. This book is insane. I don't see this book sell for less than $2,000 as long as the cover's there. I mean, the cover itself is really the money driver with this book, and it's just one of those classic golden age Joker covers that really demand, or really have a lot of demand in the market. And I actually found this book here locally from the daughter of the original owner, and to be able to have something like this in the collection that I was able to actually bring out of the local community was just mind-boggling. So this is easily one of my favorite Golden Age books in my collection. So super excited about that. Next up, a book a lot of you will recognize. I sent my other Incredible Hulk 181 in to be graded. It came back a 8.0 with white pages. So this book was also pressed and cleaned, and it really cleaned up pretty nice. There's a little bit of wear on the bottom and right edges that kept it from being higher, but it presents really well following that press. So again, with the X-Men expected to show up in the MCU, this book has been going crazy. It's actually coming down a little bit after what was a crazy summer as far as price increases went, but still, this is as blue as a blue chip can get for Bronze Age books. So I'm glad to finally have this last copy graded, and now I know for sure what I've got. Our second to last book is another surprise for me. I did not have this one pressed or cleaned just due to its grade. It's pretty rough, but it came back a 2.0, and this is FF5. It's the first appearance of Doctor Doom. It has off-white pages, which blows me away. Definitely did not expect that, but this book has been extremely well-read, well-loved. It's had a good life. Many people have enjoyed it, and it's been in my collection for a while, but I definitely did not expect a 2.0 on this one. I was honestly hoping for like a 1.5 just due to the general condition of it. It's got tape on the spine. It's ratty. It's got stains on the back. It's just not the most attractive copy of this book you'll ever see, but at a 2.0, I'm really happy with that. And the values on that thing are insane. It's actually the most valuable book as far as fair market value is concerned of everything in this submission. So I believe it's running around $7,500 for last sale on a 2.0. And then the last book in this submission was also pressed and cleaned, and this is the one book in the submission I'm not upset with, but I was just disappointed in what the grade came back. You know, it is what it is, but that is my ASM 14. Came back a 3.5 with off-white pages. Of course, it's the first appearance of the Green Goblin. Just like Doc Ock, the Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe from the original Spider-Man movie is coming back and is going to be in No Way Home. So ASM 14 is also taking off. Right there along with it are ASM 4, ASM 6. Who else is in the new movie? Electro, ASM 9. So all these early Spider-Man books are seeing pretty strong jumps with this new movie coming out, as is to be expected. You know, your books always peak right before the movie comes out. So, again, I kind of expected something closer to a 4 or a 4.5 with this book. It does have a subscription crease in it, which I knew was going to hold it back some. But honestly, I don't know. It looks like the pressing and cleaning could have done a little bit more. I don't know. It's not looking as flat or as clean as I would have expected it to after being pressed and cleaned, which is a bummer. But this is still a great book. It's really hard to come by. Of course, the Green Goblin's my favorite Spider-Man villain, my favorite comic book villain, really. So this has always been one of my favorite books in my collection, and one that I really need to get out there and get upgraded and get a nicer copy of, despite how that will make my wallet cry. When you sit down and you look at fair market value for all of these books right now, it comes to almost $2,900 when you look at GPA and take, you know, either the most recent 90-day average or the last sale. You take the highest of those two. So despite the fact there were only 6 books in this submission, there was a lot of money sitting in that box. All of these books are really hot in the market right now. The one exception may be the Detective 71, but those classic early Joker covers are always desirable and bring a pretty good premium. And let's be honest, Golden Age prices, particularly issues that have major villains on them, have really seen a nice increase in value over the last couple of years. So let's talk about some values for these books. Right now, the ASM 14 last sale was $2,600. So fair market value for this guy, $2,600. There's no other sale in the last 90 days, so your 90-day average is also $2,600. For the Fantastic Four 5, the 90-day average is $5,913 for a 2.0. However, the last sale was $7,500, and that's been a little bit now. So with all the focus on these early Fantastic Four keys, Doctor Doom especially, this book, I'm going to say, is in the neighborhood of that $7,500 sale, if not more right now. For the Hulk 181, the 90-day average sales price is $7,154. However, the last sale was for $6,930, so this one's actually trending down a little bit. Like I said earlier, Hulk 181, Giant Size X-Men #1, lots of other major bronze keys had really strong sales and sales price increases in the first part of the year, and they're starting to come down just a little bit, take a little breather. Definitely not something I'm concerned about. This book has a bright future, so despite the fact its value is trending down slightly right now, I'm not worried about it. This is going to pick back up, and this book is just going to continue to appreciate. For the Detective Comics 71, there's only one sale for a 3.0 in the last 12 months, and that was for $3,251. So that's kind of where I've got to stick. Fair market value right now is around $3,250. If I were to sell this, I would probably lean in a little higher because there's been just a few more than a handful of sales of this book in any grade over the last 12 months. Golden Age books can be really hard to get a current fair market value on, especially if there haven't been many recent sales to really help give you comps or an idea of what the book's selling for in the market. Next up is the Giant Size X-Men #1. The 90-day average sales price for this book is $4,749. However, much like we talked about with the Incredible Hulk 181, the last sale for a 7.5 Giant Size X-Men 1 is a bit below that. Last sale was for $4,080. So this is just another Bronze Age book that's had a really great year, that's kind of coming down out of the rafters a little bit. I'm not worried about it. It's going to continue to appreciate. There are so many first appearances in this book. You've got Wolverine's second appearance. This is one of the most desirable books for any X-Men collector. So $4,000 last sales price, I'm not too worried about it at all. This book's just going to keep going up and up and up, and I'm happy to have a couple of these in the PC. And last but not least, the ASM 3 last sale for this book was $3,551, and that is also the only recorded sale in the last 90 days. So that's also our 90-day average price. This book just continues to get more expensive. These early ASM keys are extremely tough to come by. The few times in recent memory that I've seen this book raw, even in low grade, it's still a 4-figure book. So to see this book priced out at a 3.0 where it is, I'm not really surprised by that. I think it's still going to continue to increase because they're hard to come by and they're very desirable. So there you have it. I listened to the community. I sent off some of my PC books to be graded, and I'm pretty happy with the results. With the exception of the Amazing Spider-Man 14, I was pleasantly surprised with how most of the books came back. That one was a little bit of a bummer. Still, it's not terrible. A 3.5 is kind of where I had it pegged at before I sent it in. And like I said, didn't look like the pressing and cleaning was really all that great on that book. So there may still be room for improvement potentially, but I'm probably not going to mess with that. If you're still here, Thanks for watching all the way through the video. I hope you enjoyed seeing this unboxing. Collect responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one.